Hey guys, Ken here from Backpacking Light. And I was thinking about some things. I was thinking about the lightweight packing in general and hygiene and so on. And I see a couple of these things out online where people like, oh, the heavy traditionals, they have excellent hygiene, while people, lightweight hikers, they just wipe themselves with their own hands and eat their own shit, kind of thing. And I'm thinking, no, backpackers in general, in my experience, have terrible hygiene. It doesn't matter if they're lightweight or heavyweight. In fact, I usually tend to think the heavyweights have much worse hygiene, but that's just my experience. And I was thinking about that because anybody who's hiked with me knows I'm actually kind of obsessive about good hygiene, and I write about that in my book as well. And I think it's extremely important to have good hygiene. That daily wash, and it's not because I want to impress people with how clean I am while I'm on the trail. It's for myself, because when I start getting really crusty, in my underwear, just like, you can break them apart and so on, it starts to create a lot of problems. My feet start to hurt more. I don't know if it's because my socks get dirty and crusty and they're not as soft as they should be. I start to get blisters between my thighs and in my ass, and and I'm thinking, bad hygiene on the trail is just such a terrible idea. And I'm always impressed with people who can go weeks without washing themselves, and it's actually pretty disgusting. And then you top that off, and a lot of these trails where people they hook up on these trails, and you're thinking, my God, what is wrong with them? Not only do they have weeks of crust between them, then they're sitting there. No. Anyway, hygiene, very important. So how do I solve hygiene issues? Well, most of the time, most of the places I hike, say here in Sweden and the US, throughout Europe, throughout the world actually, the places I've hiked, I've never had a problem finding access to water. And I usually try to plan my routes so that I have plenty of water along the trail with me. And if it's freezing cold, then I'll warm up water with my nightly tea or something, and then I'll just dip a wash rag and that kind of thing and wash myself with that. Otherwise, most of the time I'll just jump in a river or a lake up until about freezing, and then from there I usually try to do a warm cloth. When I'm in more desert, arid areas, and if it's not just going to be like a temporary thing, then I usually have wet wipes and this kind of thing. And while it's not nearly as good as water, it gets the job done, but I would definitely suggest washing, keeping clean, and just having a good overall hygiene. Brushing your teeth in the night, in the morning, just washing up, you'll feel so much better. And the hiking, for a couple days, hygiene's not really maybe the most important thing. But when you're out for weeks at a time, or even up to a week, then you really start, it actually has an effect on morale, at least for my morale. And that's why I pretty much do daily washes. Either I'm jumping in a river, jumping in a lake, cleaning myself in some manner. Sometimes, if it's warm enough, I'll take several baths in the course of a day. So I just kind of wanted to share that because I thought it was funny. There's a lot of how would you say it? The heavy traditional hikers are trying to, they're getting like this real fighting back spirit. They're like, hey, look at us, we can carry this heavy ass gear because we're awesome. And it's always been like that. But in some way it's almost getting worse because they see that style of hiking is disappearing slowly but surely. So it's like the last vestigals of faith and people fighting for their right to go heavy. And I'm, for me, it's like, go heavy, carry your damn car on your back if you want. I could care less. But I do find it funny that There's so much discussion about being on the trail. There was another example. There was a guy that actually came on one of these lightweight forums or Facebook groups here in Sweden. And he goes, oh, these lightweight hikers leaving all their poop on the trail. I literally couldn't put together how he was thinking. It had something to do with lightweight hikers don't want to dig a hole for their poop, or they don't want to wipe their asses. I couldn't really put together his thought process in that. But anybody who's walked the Fjällräven Classic knows that lightweight hikers have nothing to do with that trend. Fjällräven Classic looks like a big toilet bowl of just people just letting themselves go all over the place. So, trying to put that blame on just one group or two groups of people, for me, it's such a ridiculous thing, really. And the truth is that hygiene, toilet hygiene, washing, all of these things, it could be equally bad or equally good regardless of what hiking tradition you follow. With that said, wash yourself, use toilet paper, dig a hole. Don't pee in the water. Actually, I can tell a story about that. It wasn't too long ago, I actually went to the mountains on this hike with some buddies up to, and I've never hiked with them actually. And they're heavy traditionals. I mean, my gear was maybe 5 or 6 kilos, and they had maybe 25 kilos each. This was just for an overnight trip. And I'm sitting there, and there's a couple lakes there, and there's one lake in particular that everybody particularly, there's one lake in particular that we pretty much everybody in the camp had gotten their water from. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, all this kind of stuff. They got their water from the same lake. I'm getting up to go get water, and I'm seeing one of the guys rush down to the water and starts taking a piss in the lake. And these are people who have actually been out backpacking quite a bit. They've got a lot of experience, and they're out there a lot. And I'm just thinking, what in the hell are you doing? What are people thinking? What? No. It doesn't matter if nobody is drinking that water. You don't piss in the water. Anyway, I'm freezing my ass off here. I don't really feel like talking anymore. I just wanted to bring up hygiene there because it's so important to have good hygiene and good. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to share my views on hygiene, personal hygiene, camp hygiene, hiking hygiene, and yeah, hope that helps. Cheers. Or I should say, what's your thoughts? And let me know down here in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Cheers. I mean, really? Are the prejudices against lightweight packers so bad that people have to resort to thinking that all of the problems of the outdoors is because of lightweight backpacking? Oh, there's a lot of toilet paper everywhere. Oh, it's got to be the lightweight packers. Oh, it's raining like crazy. Ah, it's got to be the lightweight packers. The trail is downtrodden. Ah, it's got to be the lightweight packers. Ah, the helicopter's got to come and help people. Ah, it's got to be lightweight packers not prepared. I'm not buying it. But that's the attitude here in Sweden, and I'm sure it's the same with you guys as well, is that all of the world's problems are because of lightweight backpackers.